Hey, what's going on? You all know who I am. My name is Tom. I play as Commander Halflock in Elite Dangerous. I control both Commander Halflock and Commander Half-L0CK. And that, I feel, is a sufficient introduction. So, for anyone who has been paying relatively close attention to the game, they will know that today, the permit to enter HIP 87621 has been issued after a long and drawn-out mystery that started off very quickly, as a lot of the mysteries do, before slowing down significantly and allowing any number of things to occur. If memory should serve correctly, we had the puzzles, and then we had a couple of CGs that gave every indication that there's going to be a great deal of colonization going on in the region surrounding HIP 87621, and that there will be some new exobiology and some new features coming in that are not entirely exclusive to the ones that are about to be revealed at the end of the year. So I'm going to do a little bit of that today. As of right now, I'm sort of near Alioth, and I will sort of remain here for the time being, because there are serious power play groups that are currently trying to take root in the region. I may find myself elsewhere. I actually may decide to go out to the Pleiades and complete the Tharagoid and Guardian grinds, in addition to what do they call those things? Ship-based material grind for the raw materials. I may decide to open up the carrier for that and stay out there for the week, so if any of the noobs, or really just anybody who is in possession of a carrier, doesn't feel like taking their carrier out there, feel like getting onto Majesty, I will place a note into the forums to let everybody know that I'll be leaving, what my schedule is, and how all that's going to work. That will probably happen at some point next week, if not later on, or if not before the end of the week. I will have the note up on the forum beforehand, in the event that you do want to make your way out there, and a schedule of where I will be to pick up those materials. If you're unfamiliar with that particular material grind, I don't know why you wouldn't be at this point. You can find them basically. So I will find myself at those particular systems, and you can hop on and off at your leisure to obtain the materials you are going to need for some of the ship engineering, which I assume is probably going to be something you're going to want to get yourselves into with the release of the Panther Clipper recently, all the other ships, and the upcoming release of the Caspian. That being said, I'm going to get into here and hop into my hopper, ex nihilo, and then I will be heading over to HIP to see what's going on over there. I may end up having to go over there on both accounts as well. One of which I probably won't do them both on the stream, but likelihood I will not be taking the carrier over there. I'll probably remain where I am. So I'm gonna get in and take care of some stuff, I have a video that I'm about to play that'll carry 0 core forward, and both shall proceed from this point forward with the new updates. So I want you to know that I worked long and hard all day to get this video done. On the spur of the moment decision to push it forward a little bit. So I would appreciate it if you watch the video that I worked all day on.
Docking confirmed. Ship is secure. Welcome to this carrier, Commander. No gravity. Magnetic contact active.
first efforts in Cubio.
Much appreciated. As you might understand, I'm not entirely sure who and how such an effort was successfully undertaken, with our own technical faculties being leveraged in the extreme to conduct our own operation, and whoever that woman was, be she the Coral Nain about whom I've been briefed or another shadow, she and whomever she happens to represent are clearly a danger.
How'd you manage to make it aboard this thing?
I piloted right in, using your credentials with the tower crew.
Why would you use mine? Did you at least wipe the manifest?
I'm sure it'll be fine. They'll probably think it was a mix-up between the transmissions and flight tower ship registry staff. How do you think we managed in Kelame for so long?
I stowed away on Talionis's cargo rack behind some limpets, after giving a maintenance worker a couple bottles of Burnambile distillate to keep it his secret.
Can he keep his mouth shut?
I gave him a mixed drink recipe that'll leave him feeling lucky his eyes haven't melted out of his head. He'll know what's worth keeping down. Jura is getting a little closer to where we need her to be.
She's been chewing the fat and puzzling through the reports. She still thinks you're me, but she's above board swabbing the poop deck after submitting her recent report. She accurately assessed that our intel about me being a Cubio first pilot was likely to have been a prismatic Imperium intercept, to try to head off any possible support for Cubio first.
I was really hoping we could run with that through the next few tasks.
I told you it was a bad idea. Alice is briefing them right now about your Golden Gate operations in the Pleiades. I've been keeping track of their operations, and they're going to need to make a materials run and collect some of those Guardian materials.
About it. So to recap, NAS agents in Alioth have confirmed the possible penetration of NAS operations by outside operatives claiming to be me. Your current task is to position yourselves in such a way as to collect as much information as possible on those particular operations. If possible, positive confirmation that Coral Nain was conducting operations in Golden Gate and, subsequently, the Pleiades region in the timeframe of the Jupiter Corporation rebellion under my own name and credentials would be as close to a total operational success condition, but I don't have any expectation that it would be an easy task to accomplish. A trip to the Pleiades might be required and, while that might be a little out of the way, I've been informed by sources in Sirius that there happen to be a strong contingent in the region where you can conduct NAS operations in tandem with your operations for Sirius Corporation. If you have any further questions, I will be available at relatively short notice. Good luck.
I sent you some credits to cover the junk and tritium deposit.
I received them. I'll need to communicate with the series representatives in the Pleiades about a possible carrier transit to the region. They seem a little hostile to our aims.
They're soft, squishy corporate suits playing at domination without the fortitude required to do what must be done to ensure peace.
I concur. I'll contact the office shortly to provide a rough outline of our findings and current conditions.
Release confirmed. The launch underway.
so long since I went home, I can't wait to go back again.
Trip time off for me.
Ah!
Vista Genomics. Can I help you?
I remember as soon as we got our first shifts.
You after a Give me a shout if you have any questions. Anything else you need? I'll be here if you change your mind.
Restraints withdrawn. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter. You are clear of the station. Flight control, signing off. Detach confirmed. Departure authorized. All clear. Until next time, Commander.
Connexion assistée désactivée.
Warning. Suit thermal limit exceeded.
So I think I'm gonna have to go into solo or group. Appears the server's not currently capable of keeping up the massive influx of gamers, which is generally what happens when these things happen. So I'm going to go into group. So as you can see, the gankers are out. They're out and about. Um, so I mean, I guess good game for the gankers. I mean, it's not really like a thing. But yeah, it's my own fault that I got ganked coming into HIP 86721 because I came in a relatively defenseless ship. And if I already knew that they were going to be there, which they are going to be, then it just stands to reason that one should be going in there with a ship with that one can defend themselves with. Yeah, it happens. It happens. So if you do want to do this right now, I would suggest going into solo or to group. You can do it without having to deal with getting ganked. I'm gonna have to scan again. Probably going to have to call. Where's the thing that I was supposed to? I was like right there too. I'm gonna call an Apex so that I can get another ship because my ship was destroyed on the way while picking up that xenobiology scan. Oh no, I just have to die. Damn it. That sucks. Or I can just call for a lens. Wait, no, there it is. Yeah, there we go. Nice. That's what I want to go. Get in there first. Alright, so I'm gonna wait for this Apex and I'm gonna. Oh no, my game fucking died again. Crash report. I'm gonna fill out a crash report. I'm gonna show you guys what this crash report thing looks like. So you guys should send these in, by the way. Not to be like a fucking one of those dudes, but the crash reporter is like super beneficial for everybody to fill out because they use these reports to make the game better. So I don't remember what I was doing. Alright. What was I doing, guys? I was exploring. HIP 86721. I don't know which planet that was. Exploring the first biological site nearest. What's the place called? Erogenous zone or something? The fucking. The asteroid base. Landed, explored, the what's its face? What are they called? What are those things called? Picked up Xeno sample. No, exo biology sample. Sample. Ship destroyed. Ship destroyed by fellow. By heroic gamer. By heroic commander. Returned to Scorpion. Drove. Exited Scorpion to black screen. Restarted after force quit. Force quit. Spawned into what did I spawn into? Scorpion. Exited Scorpion to call Apex shuttle. Attempted to re-enter Scorpion. Game crashed. I think that's about right. I have no other recollection of that. That sounds about right. Send. And now they can make the game better. Everybody should do that. Try to remember what you're doing at any given point in time, so that they have those reports and they can collate them. And what do? They collate and then run tests and then alter the code, make updates. All right, so I'm gonna go back in group again, I suppose. I'm gonna call to that Apex. I'm gonna get back to that place, and then. And then I'm going to explore this system and the biosignals, and then submit those. I assume I'll have to submit those in some form of power play situation, but that may not be the case. I'm disembarking. Call that Apex. It's hot. The system is much smaller than I was expecting it to be. There's a lot of system spoofing according to the deals, but oh, that's right. I didn't fucking submit the scans. I've got 2,000. There it is. Where's this guy? Come on, buddy. Don't smush me. So, a bunch of... God damn, I gotta scan all these. A bunch of biological sites and then a single crash site. Exogene sciences. Yeah. I got in a little later than most, so I assume a lot of this stuff has already been submitted. Well, and everybody's already been exploring and having fun. but I'm over here in Italy, so it's later in the day, and I'm sure the Americans are just getting up now and being like, "What? You can go in there now?" So good for them. Seems pretty exciting to me. I like the new plant designs. They look like they're about to become Thargoid things. Again, I never took part in the Xeno War. I'm not a genocidal maniac most of the time, but they do bear the marks of sort of multi-tiered exploration and exobiology sandbox about to open up for everybody. We'll see. I've had a drink in 4 days, guys. 5 days. So, my life has been super boring because of that, mostly. But I've been sleeping extra late, and I've been tired every day. So there's that. I've been like sleeping late and then waking up late. Sleeping earlier, less hours of the day. That's what I'm trying to explain. Which is better for the time being. Less significant at all. Exogene science. We gotta get in and scan all the planets again.
Okay, we're approaching our destination.
Very, very excited.
Control, this is Apex 516 requesting docking. Prepare for landing.
Wait, they don't just cut in line. I forgot. They don't cut in line. So the video from earlier, I will clip from this stream and I will put it into the. I mean, I might just put the whole stream up, but I'll clip from the stream and then put into the Zero Core storyline playlist so that you can follow that shit through up to this point, and hopefully that'll get you unfucked in terms of like your understanding of what's going on in the story.
Thanks for choosing Apex.
And then I will continue on. What's the phrase? I will keep calm and carry on. Relatively. Gotta get my ship back. Aw, you mother...
Good to see you.
Why do I have non-ips access? What do I get fined for? I have no idea what I did. Oh, just a second. For what? I do not know what I did. I'll clear that part. And I will do my Arts Federation. Discoveries. Submit that.
Welcome to Vista Genomics. Ah, you have... Vista strives to learn everything it can about the cosmos.
Decoy to unit. Aerial routes. Firing the seeds. I'm going to make
Can I help you with anything else? Vista thanks you for your contribution.
an assumption that I will subsequently follow up on. How do I get my ship? My goddamn ship. You son of a...
Lucky you didn't pull free back to that ship.
I do not like this. I'm gonna have to log out and log back in. I'm gonna make an assumption that the seeds are something we're supposed to be looking for at some point. So I think what I'm gonna do is sit. What I'm gonna do is sit on top of one of those dealies and wait until it shoots out a seed at me. Hopefully it just bounces off my hull and then I can pick it up. Oh, you son. Interact. Interact. Yes. Yes, yes. Interact. Where is this? Can't even be word with my ship. Yeah. My language is off today.
What can I get you, Commander?
Show them the report. Well, I just gotta sit here, wait for my goddamn ship. Yes, the answer is yes. Let's see. I can go to one of the other systems. Go to ship
Hi.
there.
Welcome to Apex Interstellar, your gateway to the stars.
Oh, shuttle. That is not here.
Do you require any other assistance?
Assume that I might. Things. There, the ship there. God damn.
Welcome to Apex Interstellar.
There
The first
are
step
these
to everywhere.
serious bases up here. Which I assume I can head to pick up the ship. Which would be, where is it? This is probably not. It's Bride.
Thank you for flying Apex Interstellar.
Alright, well, a lot of waiting for ships. A lot of waiting. So much waiting. That guy. Fucking death on wheels, those things. I've yet to find
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey.
another weapon that pairs well with the Concord cannons at the one small hardpoint size variety. And because of that, I have yet to make use of the Concord cannon in the way that I would like. Concord cannon, if you don't know, it's Mikado Kane's power play module. It's a cannon that shoots 3 successive rounds. Comes only in medium-sized model, or medium-sized fixture, gimbal variety. Makes a cool noise.
You are clear of the station. Flight control signing off.
We'll be leaving the system momentarily.
Just waiting to get over to my ship. Is what the issue is currently. As I was saying earlier, the new exobiology looks particularly cool. They look like giant crystal plates. They shoot a seed, as has been said and as I observed earlier. And one might surmise that it is the case that what are the words I'm looking for? The seeds might have something to do with the future of the exobiology sandbox. It is currently not. I mean currently, like literally right now, within my capability to explore that, because I'm still waiting for my adder to arrive at Kedux Pride so that I can pick up ship and then go back into HIP 87621. I am going through some notes at the moment and waiting on that to occur so that I can go back and explore. Check that out before heading back to the ship to do what I feel like doing. So for any of those who are aware of the Zero Core storyline, as I just mentioned, I just completed a video which I wrote, played, and edited, cut today, which should go a long way to clarifying what it is that's going on and what has been intentionally particularly confusing. I want to say that towards the end of the Nain lots, the story got sort of intentionally convoluted, as multiple things were going on at once. The physics, science fiction element of the story, with the whole reverse time dilation thing, which incredible science that I did there. That is still currently not a real thing, by the way. Not a real thing.
We're just coming into land now.
The reason I know that is because I made up the idea myself. In order to deal and convey the idea that you don't always know what's going on with other people's lives. You don't generally always know where they are or where they've been. And that's okay. Sometimes it's best you don't. But also I like the idea of the boomeranging time, which just sounded so dumb when I conceived of it that I had to make sure that everyone knew that it was indeed philosophically relevant to the sciences that don't quite make sense of what we experience either way. So fuck off with your math. Mathematicians and physicists. If they only knew. They made it all up. It's all here, guys. It's all here.
Thanks for choosing Apex.
No, I don't. I should probably make it clear that I have a great deal of respect for the sciences and the degree of effort and work that has been done over the course of 8,000 years of human existence to bring us to the technological places that we are currently sitting, and the possibility we might actually get in spaceship soon and getting shipped off to Mars, hopefully sooner rather than later. In a particular case. With that, there's still a war in Russia and Ukraine.
Hey, is there any chance you have the time to travel?
We've got a wide range of ships.
And the United States of America is still insisting on an extreme degree of the need to abide particular legal ramifications of the erection of national borders, which in the United States' case is only about 150 years old. I am not a physicist. So makes this interesting. Makes this story particularly interesting to me, because what I'm looking at is a private corporation who has been forced by a non-governmental organization under pressure from three major political powers to relieve itself of the exclusive rights to a particular system which they had previously been granted, which they have currently
If you want
exploited.
to know more, whatever your need,
Where's my
no
fucking
rush.
shit, man?
I'll be here if you change your mind.
You're free to extrapolate from that as you will. It's just a reality of things that happen all the time. I think I made mention once that the Jolly Old, as it is called to those back home, once went to war against China. This is prior to the PRC. In order to force them to reopen their ports. In order to permit further shipping. Those ports had been closed by the Chinese government at the time in order to prevent the influx of opium. They were called the Opium Wars. Pretty popular war amongst war students. That's what it is, man. It's science, I suppose, in its own right. Ooh. Math that. Math it. Math that. People do math that, by the way. There's like a very particular degree of scholarship that's being currently conducted in the effort to mathematize the human existence. You should know. I'm quite well aware of that. But nowhere near as much science has been done on physics and chemistry and biology and the other important sciences that people widely regard to be science, as opposed to some form of engineering. As opposed to, spaceships and shooting satellites into the sky, which isn't engineering, but it's actual science. Boy, this got really dry. I gotta get I haven't been drinking for like 5 days, man. I'm just trying to make that clear. That things are the way that they are. And that there are ways to make sense of them. Much like I made sense of the idea that sometimes you don't know where people are in their lives. You don't know where they've been. And that's okay. Sometimes you just have to let it go and recognize that people just sort of are who they are. You can try to force them into little boxes, or to not go into your country based on whatever little box you want to create around them. But they will still be, just like you or I, a person. Sometimes they'll be the person that's in charge of you. So you shouldn't be looking into that, which is essentially the plot point in the Nain logs, in case you have yet to read the book. I'm gonna go for a jog.
Strange, but there's something.
So, for any Andrew Bird fans out there, get out your bride knives. 'Cause I'm about to expose soft ass shit.
Such a hassle.
Very, very quickly. Like extraordinarily quickly. If my rudimentary math of if then should prove itself to be the case. Wow, that is a soothing voice there.
I'll be over here. We've got a wide range. Take your time.
Don't. Jesus Christ.
Anything else today?
That phrase has gotten like way more annoying to me. Take your time. Oh my god. It's like such an innocuous phrase, and generally it's like well-meaning a phrase, but in the words of philosophers, what is it to take? And if that is what it is to take, and when your time is taken, to whose benefit is such an action occurring? And to what end? And to what loss are you thrust? That sounded a lot deeper than it should. I just find that phrase to be super irritating now. Because I don't have a lot of that time. Because I'm old. And I have to sit and wait and do a bunch of stuff. This game is not at all unguilty of making me wait to do things, as you can see. But this is one of the more enjoyable ways to spend my time. And because of that, I find it to be a wisdomist expenditure of my time. God damn it with your mauve adders. Fucking adders. Those midnight black paint jobs look fucking great, by the way. I think. I feel like that saved me time just then. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I was already. What was I gonna say? I need to get me one of them. Midnight black paint jobs. Do you want to see me do some more stuff? That's what I'm gonna do. I can't get rid of the main system chat. I thought that was a way to get rid of it, so I don't have to watch what everyone's saying. I'd be slightly intrigued by what's going on over there. Hey, I'm gonna check to see if anyone's figured out what the seeds are, or whether you can find the seeds. I'm sure they probably already have. Cannon's probably already all over it. I'm sure there are like a shit ton of players that are already doing that exact same thing. And I will make that attempt today. I'm psychic, in case you were wondering why. I sometimes respond to things that you haven't yet verbalized. Not really. Well, I don't know. I don't believe in psychic activity. To be perfectly honest with you, from a scientific perspective, I don't see anything. I read an article by a dude over at, by some guy, by a doctor, I think it was psychology, over at, what's that place? I keep thinking Cornwall, but that's not Cornell. Who ended his career with a few different studies on psychic activity. And it was interesting. I don't have, like, I didn't study it too deeply after reading a few of the articles and this, that, and the other. But the methods themselves, and they didn't seem like they were quite scientifically sealed, watertight, if you ask my opinion. I'm only saying that as a psychic, so it's hard for me to like know that even certainty what it is that they are after. And it's probably the reality that, like, if I was psychic, I would already know and I wouldn't have to think about it. But case in point, man. Case in point. Alright, let's see what's going on in here. Okay, so this is the same system we were all looking at, I suppose. So I'm going to do the quick scans. For those of you who don't know, there's a 3-part scan to every system if you would like to do these things. This is all noob stuff. If you've been playing the game for a while, you already know about it. You honk, discovery channel, discovery scanner. You subsequently go into your full spectrum scanner and you scan the planets, which is this thing here, and then you approach every single planet and hit it with a surface scanner, which is interesting thought. System chat just now. which is the surface detailed surface scanner, which is an optional module that you can put in that takes up a class 1 slot. Not my fault. This is a biological site on this planet, which I will indeed be scanning. Also, lava spouts. Biological, geological, the other three. Three biological sites. So I assume these 3 biological sites are the new form of biology, the exobiology. Let's find out what these are. I will not be doing the standard exoscan, but I've already submitted one of the new ones. Because there are 6 planets to take down before the end of the stream. I think I'll try to get through that before the end of the stream. And then I will come back in when I'm not on stream and take care of the rest. And I will also be posting a clip from this stream to Zero Core. I mean, I might just post the whole stream. That seems unnecessary. I might just post I'll post the clip of new story plot development into the playlist, which you are free to watch in order to try to follow along with what has thus far been relatively convoluted. I mean, dare I say mess in social science. I mean, it sounds so angry. God, people are irritating me. Nerd-ass scientists. I am the worst. I am the worst. I will admit to that. But nonetheless, I stand by my statement. Come on. Come on. There you go. Wait. No. I gotta go find where them seed is. So I like these things, man. They're a very, very beautiful plant. You know what was once available to us all? Was a blue flash on our radar that indicated that there was something to be explored in nature. Fortunately, those are no longer available to us. That has made planetary trawling, Trawling, a little less a little less exciting, I will say. It was generally the thrill of being that like guy that's walking around the beach with like a metal detector vibe to planetary trolley, which is no longer available. It's fine, it is what it is. But it was at one point a very fun thing to do. Okay, so that biological side I've already seen. I'm going to go to the next one. So security is unavailable in the system. I'm assuming there is currently something in this bluish gaseous cloud that we will have to discover at some point. There's another one of these things. More of these, more of these. Oh, it shot a seed. The seeds aren't showing up on my radar. Shot another one. Again, they're not showing up on my radar, so I can't determine what. There's another one. Do these things. As you can see, I've bound head movement. Recently, and I have been trying to make use of it in combat. It is hard. When I am in flight assist off, because I'm tracking 3 different planes, I suppose. 3 different planes of movement simultaneously. There's the ship, and then there's the other ship, and then there's the head itself, vision. So that's what our brain does, by the way, naturally, kind of. I mean, not really. Your eyes aren't really like lolling back and forth, but kind of like that. Like the entire world isn't just googly eyes bouncing around off of itself. All at the same time, it sort of is. Think about it. What's the biological thing? It's bacteria, I think it is, right? That's bacteria. These, I'm gonna crash again. No. So nice. Let's move radical. Now into the seed pod. Oh no. There's some vents here. These are the geos. Geologicals. So we made silicoid plate, silicon paper. These are not new. I like the surface. So here's the thing that I'm looking at right now. We are creeping closer and closer to full atmospheric landings. We now have our exoflora. They're on small patches. But I'm very literally right now, I mean not me, literally. With my current in-game sandbox place in which I'm playing the game, is a semi-atmospheric planet with that has been populated with native flora, which tells me that possibility of full-scale Earth-like atmospheric landings possibly going to be coming to Silicon Geo. Is potentially on the horizon. I mean, I'm gonna temper my expectations, just in terms of like the degree of work required to put together a full-scale populated planet. We all saw how Starfield ended up. And Starfield, I thought, was a relatively solid offering. I still don't have anything bad to say about Starfield, to be perfectly honest. I don't play it as much as I played it last summer. Because the flight engine is not as good, man. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not there, man. But in terms of like the overall Fable type, I mean, there's a particular name for that type of RPG. It just reminds me of that old game Fable. Mini quests up the wazoo, relatively open world, and open world, and all the other stuff. It's just like right there. Fable, the Shadow, what do they call them? Lord of the Rings Shadow games, the Red Dead games, the Assassin's Creed games. Starfield is up there, in my opinion, in terms of like the actual gameplay itself. There's plenty of room to make significant further offerings for a single player mode, but I don't have any real significant complaints about it. It didn't make one of the recent like best open world sci-fi games lists that I just saw in one of those aggregates, which I thought was a little puzzling. But beyond that, it's pretty solid. Esther Boehmer, if you guys are remembering clearly, was the character that I created. And she's still sitting there in Starfield, waiting for me to come back. There it is. I've gone through 2 different cycles. At a certain point, it just sort of... I haven't collected all of the artifacts. I'm not generally like a 100%er. That's what they call it. Because there are a lot of great games out there. I like to play a lot of them. I play Elite Dangerous more than a lot of them. Than like any. But there are a lot of games that I'd like to get to. And Elite Dangerous takes up a lot of my gaming time. So I have to make room for other games to squeeze in there. Things like Smurfs, Mission Probably. Which again, good game. Solid offering. Who's this guy? Matthew Hurry. Alright, so this one's a 3 rings. Oh, planet, gaseous planet. It's a gas giant with 2 moons, and the second of the 2 moons is a triple moon. I don't know what that means. Gas giants. You know, it'd be an awesome thing to try to let us do with flying at gas giants. I mean, it seems highly unlikely to be occurring, but worth a shot for an optional pressure modulation module that will allow us to flying gas giants. Nice. I've seen the massive degree of pressure of myriad atmospheres and gravitational forces existent on a planet of such gigantic magnitude. The gravitational force would probably make it a little difficult to keep yourself from getting sucked in and crushed by the as soon as you hit the atmosphere. What happened to the what's that thing called? Cassius probe? Is that what it's called? Cassini probe. That's what they're called. It's the Cassini probe. That visited and then crashed into, I think it was Saturn or Jupiter. Saturn. One of them's. It looks like the first move, Hip 876212A happens to be within the ring, which is sort of a respectable place to be. Oh shit. Oh shit. No, no, get out. No, shit. God damn. Beautiful's gonna happen. So biological sites and a crash site. 5 at M's. So I'm gonna have to get over to M's. Wait for my FSD to cool down. Check out these these xenosites. Exosites. While I'm at it, I'm going to check the biological signals on here. Assume some of them are going to be bacteria. And then possibly fungoids. What is this? Is a rocky? High metal content world. Possibly. The bacterioids are relatively common, as are like the grass dealers. Oh no. What are it? Bacterium, osseous, bacteria. respectable collection of things on this planet. Appear to be also those raccoid door droids, whatever they're called. They are indeed. Are they? They are. What I'm going to do is see if there are. Damn! Fuck yeah! Look at that shit. So. The multiple what's the term I'm looking for? High concentration of biologicals and geologicals, and generally things to explore. It is nice to see. So is there something? What is that? So as it stands, there's that major cluster of biological and geological, which is a couple of things. Closest one from here is 500 kilometers away. These biological sites, I think the more interesting aspect of this is that they're currently claimed by the October Consortium. One might suspect that there is something going on with them, which we will be soon finding out about. That's essentially what we are being told, which is why generally a pretty quick from point A to point B journey, just from not knowing anything about it to suspecting something might be the case, is when you're told that that is the case. And we have successfully accomplished that transit from one to the next logical step. So congratulations to everybody for having successfully accomplished that. Even if you were not aware at the time that you were accomplishing something in terms of history of biology on planet Earth. It's pretty solid. I have lost track. I'm gonna hit the ground. That's not good. Alright, I'm gonna have to chill out for a second and get my shoes back. It's not planetary temperature on this thing. Surface temp is 456 to 891 kelvins. That seems warm. This is one planet. All of this is one planet. Or at least maybe everything with the things sticking out of those little spires. One planet. Alright, so it's two biological sets. I'm gonna go to the crash sites. Right now. This one now. I will actually be on the crash site. Crash site it is. So we have yet to find Territora, or I guess someone's probably already found Territora. I'm going to assume it's safe bet. Or some kind of listing. I'm not going to get to this whole thing today. I've seen some sort of listing beacon or some other signal that will tell everybody what it is that has just occurred with this biologist team. There's a mosquito in my room. I'm gonna go to the crash sites. And then make my way to the other planets outside of 3 interior. there's another biology site just next to the. I think this might have actually been the crash site from earlier in the stream that I went and attempted to visit. So, long, strange trip it's been that has brought me here. This crash site. Which is neat. It is a sidewinder. It's indeed a sighting. Let's see what's in there. Static ore. Hey, there it is. I might have some big trouble up my shipping process, but likely where the ingenious fluid every time before. Must be why. What's so special about it? I'm going to collect samples for analysis. I've seen the octopus sodium should pass overhead. They look cleaned out. I'm going to try to cut. What is in this transmission down? Reading this frank press optical sodium on what they're doing here in New Mexico. Biological funds. Be sure to say. Usually, I don't trust any company that hides the discoveries from us. Too many bad examples in the past. I hope. So she didn't die in the crash. Is what one might surmise from the fact that. Or maybe she did. Maybe she did. Maybe she's dead now. Only one way to find out. Which is to cut the ship open. And see what's in there. Which I will do now. If I can get out there with my Mavericks. Which I probably can't. I'll probably die very quickly. That's the nature of that suit. Yeah, she's super dead. There's no way she's not deader than doornails. Yeah, I can't get anything out of there. There's nothing in there. And board the fucking ship. Crash site, territories, biologicals, exoflora. To A to B. Three it is, or three it is. Surely there are more things. real meaning. That's what we're all looking for when we play video games, guys, right? Is making meaning of our human existences. Too far for deployment. Yeah. Ooh, look at all that. That's a lot of money. Let's go out there and race. Respectable. Planetable must provide an eventuate overlap there. So what's going on with 3A? 3A is a rocky world. Rocky world. Rocky world. Rocky world. Rocky world. Going on up in here. I think this is a barren one. There were a few of them that were particularly barren in the first. Yeah, no, this one's not. Outspouts, vents, sumos. Logicals indeed. See where. Perhaps. There are other things happening outside of thus far. Only time will tell. There, nothing on. We get out. B. 3A. Thinking logicals. Some minor wreckages. Some minor wreckages are standard variety and move on to D. No, wait. We see. Resistance. It's either they are currently sitting. Oh no, I overshot. Traveling back around. Bouncing no events. Videos. And geos. B. C. 7, 6, 2, 4, 1. I overshot it. Small. What? Indeed. Water world. Not an Earthlight. Kind of Earthlight. That bunch of things around. So I've been reading about this 3AI Atlas thing. And there's like another stellar body that's currently traveling through the galaxy, or the solar system, which is suspected to be actually from within the solar system. And none of them are planning on colliding with Earth. That seems like to be the biggest thing that a lot of people discuss when these things, at least in like the science journals, or not science journals, the science news, popular science news. No one ever talks about what happens if it hits like anywhere else, and like how potentially catastrophic it would be for one of those things to hit the moon or Mars or literally any other planet in the solar system in such a way that would throw the entirety of the balance of the solar system off, and what those ramifications would be for us. I feel like someone should do a special with like super expensive CG to demonstrate all the myriad ways we could be killed by things from outer space colliding with anything. I feel like that'd be like very educational, also exciting. So, just some hot spots. That is a non-land, so nothing there. These are particularly lucrative hotspots. They're not. Some significant deep core mining to be done in this system. I'm going to assume somebody at some point is going to try to stake a claim on it outside of the October Consortium, as we are called upon to with regularity. I've yet to turn on my points of interest, or filter out everything from my points of interest, so hopefully I might run into something that has some interest. I assume when I go back to Exogene, that go back to Exogene, some of my data, there will be some form of something or other there that will indicate what else is left to do. This is a bit of a teaser situation. Appears to be the case. That gives us a means by which to look into what could potentially be out there as well. What else could be out there for us to find? I don't know. I make the game. I'm not an FDEC employee at the present moment. So, whatever it is they have planned, this has become now a slow burn. A slow burn of a situation, which is generally how this game works. In case you haven't realized this, despite all the action that you do see in the combat zones and in the massive killing sprees that I conduct with regularity, there's a great deal of peace and tranquility in this game. I hope I find more of these things in a place that's like not super hot, so that I can hang out outside for a lot more. Figure out what the hell's going on with these things. There's I think this is a brown dwarf. Might just be a regular gas giant. That's just a gas giant. You will on occasion find dwarf planets with rings and stuff, by the way. I don't know if that's scientifically accurate. I don't know science. I don't know this science. But they will be here in this game. I don't do planets, guys. I just do wonder. Wonder and awe. Hotspots. 6. Move, 2 move. I'll go to this one first before I go to the moves. Then I will land on planet. No, I won't land on planet 6 if I don't need to. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it. Oh, that's what you need to do. Well, that's going to cost you. That looks like an eagle. Hotspots. And then back to the moves. So looks thus far. Because the new exos are not giving away their secrets lightly. Tora. I wonder. Oh no, she isn't dead. That's right. She wrecked her ship before. It would be helpful with blue spots. I'm gonna scour that planet. For signs of life. I think is what I'm gonna do for next. Runs. Come on, buddy. Let's see. Anything? See. There. And geologicals. Alright, so in case biologicals. Concentrated here. We're back here first. Cool. Yeah, I'll be fine. And then I'm going to scour that planet side for signs of Territora. Well, I assume it's traveling on foot. I'll probably not make it far. Or being picked up by the Autopa Consortium. I can only assume there's more than one. More than one system. It gives no sign of that. Ugh. Hold on a second. Ah! That is not what I intended to do. So that's what happens when you emergency jump out of superbirds. I want a weapon that makes that sound, or something equivalent to that. Guardian plasma chargers are close, but nothing with the same group. Thus far exists within the game. What will the combination of cannons, and plasmas on the Phantom are particularly close. I'm gonna miss. God damn it. It's further away than I would. That's gonna take me a little while to get over there. So, what we have found out today, territory is indeed alive. And she's looking at those things. Oh, maybe I shouldn't sell it to those folks. Maybe I should sell it to Serif. Yeah, I'll sell it to Serif. Then I will come back and scour that planet again. Although, now that I think about it, I'll be honest. One may not actually be able to sell my data. How far is that? 1931. So I might not be able to sell my data there, so go here first. Might be. Alright. And done. Speaking French. Hon. That's all I hear from that. Canning vision. Canning vision, I could go. That's I'm currently thinking about the path that this story has taken us thus far. What has been unveiled to us is that there is a new form of exobiology. And that it shows up as a point of interest. Planet side. As opposed to something that we pick up on the full spectrum scanner. that there has been a massive push to redistribute exobiology throughout the various parties, factions, and powers, as opposed to keeping it within any given system and within any given power. And that these means do something that, as of right now, do not show up on our radars and we can't scan. That there is a particular form of exobiology, biological, that lives on these planets. Or that is these planets, I suppose. So I'm indeed going to scan that, or redo that exobiologic, scour the planet side and chill out for the remainder of the stream. Other 20 minutes maybe by, just to enjoy flight. I will play a little bit of dope music. I will end the stream and I will post the clip from the stream to the Zero Core Storyline playlist. I'm going to listen to Brian Eno's music for airports, which will indeed result in a copyright warning and deleted from the stream shortly thereafter. But that's what I'm going to listen to. Turn the music off now.
And enjoy your visit. Request approved. Adjust heading for approach to pad 04.
You know, just for like the record, I would like to know why it is the case that even if YouTube has like these algorithms that are detecting all of these tracks, which means that the tracks are available to YouTube and have been made available to YouTube and Google for the purpose of depriving people to use of those tracks. They don't have a means by which to allow us to make use of those tracks in our streams and then subsequently detect them and then subsequently pay the artists broadcast the same pay for any streaming rights that are provided to Spotify and Pandora and all of the other companies. And I know I'm not entirely popular with the music business. I will rub my dick on their face. I feel like that was like a really crude way of pointing out that there are greater things in life. What's the quote from Hamlet? Something about greater things, wonders. They're dreamt of in your books. Was it the heavens? Greater things in the heavens. Dreamed of in your books. What's that? People want to listen to music. You want to know what the music is. and they've been made available so that everyone knows to identify to stop that. Instead of saying someone has just done that, you should probably pay that guy.
You are clear of the station. Until next time, Commander.
Real missed opportunity for you greedy capitalist swine, which I consider myself one. Real missed opportunity. Could have had everything, but unfortunately we have nothing. Well, I want to go. Which is the prettiest looking planet side? You see, pretty good. Yeah, maybe. Oh, that one doesn't have this thing. No, it does not. No, it does not. TV. One, two. CBD. Yeah, that'll work. Does CBD have it? It does indeed. It does indeed. This one doesn't have much of an atmosphere. Six. Oh no. Oh, I passed right fucking by it. That's what I'm gonna do. Shit. Coming in hot. think so. Oh wait, no, I wanted to go to the fucking crash site, didn't I? That's the one I was supposed to get to. All right. Alright, so as I mentioned, I'm going to listen to some music. And when I do so, fly around. So shall we enjoy it? Have a good night.
Warning. Vital signs weak. Warning. Suit thermal limit exceeded. Shield Warning. Vital signs weak. Vital signs stabilized. Suit fully charged.